always like to start my class with an intention or a thought or a phrase. Kind of think about that as you're moving along these poses. It's really helpful. It's helpful for me. So try to think about that and place your hands on your knees. So you're sitting in Sukhasana, so your legs crossed. Keep your back straight and take a couple or a few deep breaths in and out. Okay, so now we're going to warm up the spine a little bit. So we're going to bring our chest forward, keep your shoulders down, and we're going to rotate to the left. And as we do that, we're going to inhale, and then as we move back, we're going to exhale and arch your back when you go back. So inhale, shoulders down, and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Okay, we're going to rotate on the other side. So go to the right, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more time. Okay. Now come to a neutral spine, so back straight. We're going to place our left hand on the mat. We're going to take our right hand and bring it up towards the side of our right face. But make sure that when you're doing this, you're keeping that right hip down. You can feel a stretch on the right side of your body, your upper body. Okay, release. Take your right hand, place it on the mat, and bring your left hand up towards the side of your face. And release. Okay, now take your left hand, place it on your right knee. Take your right hand, put it directly behind you. Keep your right shoulder down. And as you do this, hug your navel in towards your spine and look over towards your right shoulder. And as you exhale, if you can, try to twist a little bit more. And release. We're going to do it on the other side. Right hand to left knee, left hand behind you. And slightly turn back, look back towards your left shoulder. This is so good for your spine. Also, if you guys feel like any of these poses are hard or you need a break, you can feel free to go to child's pose at any time. Or if your wrists hurt, because there's a lot of downward dogs, you can go to child's pose. Okay, so now we're going to go to cat and cow. So take your hands, let's go on all fours, place them on the mat. Spread your fingers wide. Make sure your hands are underneath your shoulders and your knees are underneath your hips. You can tuck your toes like this, or you can keep them flat on the mat, whatever you feel is more comfortable. Hug your navel in, bring your shoulders down. And from here, we're going to dip our belly down towards the mat, bring our hips up towards the sky. This is cow, inhale. And as you exhale, slightly arch your back, hug your navel in. Now bring your hips down towards the mat, cat. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Okay, come to a neutral spine. From here, bring your right arm out and your left leg, push your left leg back. Okay, from here, look, you can slightly turn around and look and see if your leg is straight aligned. Flex your left foot. And release. You're going to do it on the other side. Right leg back, left arm out. Flex that. Make sure your right foot is active, so flex your right foot. And release. We'll do 2 more times. release, and again. Release, one more time. And release. Great. So now take your hands and put them like maybe like a couple inches forward towards the top of your mat. And from here, tuck your toes if they're not tucked already. Hug your navel in, and in an inhale, bring your hips up towards the sky. Downward facing dog. Spread your fingers wide, push your hips up, and at the same time, try to push those heels down towards the mat. Don't worry if they don't touch. It takes a lot of time and practice to do that. It took me a while. And if you can, try to push your head, the crown of your head, towards your mat. Take a couple of breaths here. Okay, from here, bend your right leg, keep your left leg straight. Switch. Bend your left leg, keep your right leg straight. Now, from here, I want you to bend both knees and then push your hips up even more towards the sky. That gives you more of a bend in your hips. Okay, look up towards the top of your mat, step your right foot forward, and then your left. From here, grab your elbows with your palms, kind of hang over your knees and sway back and forth. This is ragdoll position. This kind of warms up your hamstrings and your calves. Okay, release. Place your hands on the mat. Look up, inhale, and bow. Uttanasana, forward bend. We're going to do 2 flows, and then we're going to do another flow with a high lunge. So place your hands on the mat, step your left foot back, and then your right. Come to a high plank. Okay, when you're here, shift your body forward on your toes. So shift your toes so that your shoulders go over your wrists. And as you go down, hug your elbows in towards your body. Okay, untuck your toes. Press your feet firmly on the mat. Take your palms and put them at the base of your rib cage. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and lift your head and your chest up. And your navel should be slightly over the mat. This is Cobra. Tuck your toes, push back, downward facing dog. Look up, step your right foot forward and then your left. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, back. Inhale, up to the sky. And exhale, hands to heart. Okay, do that again. We're going to move a little bit faster. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, back. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, back. Hands on mat. Step forward. High plank. Shift. Go down, chaturanga. Now untuck your toes. I'm going to do upward facing dog. So bring everything up, including your thighs, should be slightly over the mat. Tuck your toes. Push back. Downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward and then your left. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, back. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, hands to heart. Okay. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, back. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bow. Hands on mat. Step your feet back. Shift forward, chaturanga. Go down, upward facing dog, or cobra, whatever is easier for you. Tuck your toes, push back, downward facing dog. Now you should feel like your calves and your hamstrings are a lot more warmer now in your downward dog. It shouldn't feel as hard as it was the first time. Now from here, press your left foot firmly on the mat. Bring your right leg up to the sky. If you can't do that, that's totally fine. You can just bend your right knee like this. But if you can, bring it up towards the sky, flex your right foot. Now, bend your right knee and curl over. Curl like you're doing in cat. Try to bring your right foot in between the palms of your hands. Now from here, bend your right leg, Keep your left leg straight. Come up to high lunge. Stay here for a moment, breathe. And release. Bring your right foot back to meet your left. Shift forward, chaturanga. Upward facing dog or cobra. This time I'm gonna do cobra. And tuck your toes, push back, downward facing dog. Okay, now we're gonna do the other side. Press your right foot firmly on the mat. Slightly lift that left leg up while flexing the left foot. Bend your left knee. And slightly come over towards the front of your mat, bringing that left foot forward. If you can't do that, you can just take your left foot and place it in between the palms of your hands. So you can just go like that. Okay. Keep your body stable, your lower body. Adding some strength, and we're gonna lift up. Hug your navel in, squeeze your thigh muscles energetically towards one another and breathe. Okay, and release. Now this time just bring your right foot to meet your left. Okay, inhale, flat back. And exhale, bow. Inhale, arms up. And hands to heart. Okay, so you guys should feel some sort of heat in your body. So that's good, so that now we're ready to hold some poses. We're gonna do warrior 1, 2, and triangle, and some other poses. Okay. So from here, we're gonna take a couple of breaths. So spread your knees, your feet, so that they're hip distance apart. We're gonna do mountain pose, Tadasana. Squeeze your shoulder blades towards one another, hug your navel in. Make sure your palms, I'll face you so you can see me better, are facing outwards. Slightly lift your chin, lift your kneecaps, like energetically with your muscles, and take a couple breaths. Okay, now, here we go. Reach up, hands to the sky, and bow forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bow. Hands on the mat. Step your left foot back, and your right. High plank, shift forward, chaturanga, upward facing dog. Tuck your toes, push back, downward facing dog. Now, press your left foot firmly on the mat and bring that right leg up. Bend your right knee and place it in between the palms of your hands. Now from here, turn your left foot so it's like at a 90-degree angle. So it's like this. Bend your right knee so it's over your right ankle. From here, we're gonna lift up to warrior 1. Breathe. Make sure your hips are facing the front of the mat. They're not like this, but they're like this. And make sure you keep that knee bent. And breathe. It's very important to hold these poses for a little bit so that you can gain strength, so that they become easier the next time. And then release. Take your arms. We're going to turn so that you're at the side of your mat. Keep that right leg bent. You can fix your stance if you need to. Bring your arms out. Squeeze your shoulder blades towards one another. Look past your right hand. Virabhadrasana 2, warrior 2. Hold it. I know your leg is probably burning, but it's so good for you. If you can't, that's okay too. Try to bend a little bit more if you can. Breathe. Now, flip your right palm and bring it towards the side of your right face. Keep that leg bent. Still, this is reverse warrior. Now straighten that right leg. Stay here for a moment and breathe. Okay, bring your arms up towards the side of you, like you were in warrior 2. And slightly shift your body towards the right side. And if you can, touch your ankle or you can touch the outside of your right foot, or you could just stay here. That's fine too. There's so many different variations of these poses. Take your left hand, reach up towards the sky. This is my favorite pose ever. Trikonasana triangle. Make sure your arm isn't like past your head or it's not below. Make sure it's straight, aligned with your left shoulder. Now look up. Bring your torso up towards the sky and look up at your left hand. Hug your navel in and breathe. Okay, from here, bend your right knee, take your left palm, bring it in front of you. Take your right palm and keep moving them so that they're at the side of your mat. Straighten your right foot so that it's facing forward. So both feet should be facing forward. Take your palms and place them underneath your shoulders. Now from here, if you can stay here too. This is a really difficult stretch for some people. So you can stay here, or you can keep going down by bringing the crown of your head to the mat. This is Prasarita Padottanasana, so it's a wide-legged forward stance. Breathe. Inhale, flat back, keeping your palms, your fingers on the mat, and exhale, bow. Okay, from here, take your hands, place them on your hips. Squeeze your shoulder blades towards one another and come up to a wide-legged stance. Okay, from here, turn your left foot so it's facing the back of your mat. We're gonna do it on the other side. And turn your right foot so it's at a 90-degree angle. You can fix your stance, you don't want it to be too wide or too narrow. Okay, turn your torso so it's facing the back of the mat. Bend your left knee so it's over your left ankle. Bring your arms up towards the sky. Virabhadrasana, warrior one. Hug your navel in, squeeze your legs towards one another, and breathe. This is a tough pose, but it's so necessary, I think, in yoga. Okay, now slightly turn your body so it's facing the side of your mat again. Bring your arms up. Keep that left leg bent. Hug your navel in. Look past your left hand. Virabhadrasana 2, warrior 2. Breathe. Now flip your left palm and turn it towards your left side of your cheek. Reverse warrior. Straighten that left leg. Bring your arms out to the side and shift forward. You can touch your ankle, your knee, the outside of your left foot. Trikonasana triangle. Bring your right arm up towards the sky. Turn your torso so it's up facing the ceiling. And breathe. This is a really great stretch for your left leg. You should feel it in your left leg. Okay. Bring your right arm down so that it's your palms on the outside of your feet. And from here, bring your right foot forward to meet your left. Inhale, flat back, and exhale, bow. Inhale, up. Exhale, hands to heart. Now you guys should be facing the back side of your mat now. Okay. So from here, we're gonna do Utkatasana, which is chair pose. This is not my favorite pose, but it just builds so much strength in your thighs, your entire lower body. So, place your feet so they're hip distance apart. Take your hands, bend your knees and bring them so they're outside of your feet. From here, hug your navel in and lift up. Bring your arms up as close to your ear as you can. If you want to stay here too, that's fine. It's not an arm strengthening pose, it's legs. So wherever you feel comfortable. You can even keep them at your heart. So as you're here, shift your weight back into your heels. Make sure you can see the tips of your toes. Bend a little bit more if you can. Hold it, breathe. Energetically squeeze your thigh muscles towards one another. And release. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bow. Inhale, up to the side. Exhale, hands to heart. Okay, we're gonna do that twice more, but we're gonna do it with a twist on both sides. I'll show you. So, keep your feet where they are. Take your hands, place them on the outside of your feet. Bend your knees, bring your arms up towards your ears. Take your hands like a palm and bring your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. And if you can, slightly twist while looking at your right elbow. So you're twisting towards the right side. Keep those knees bent and release. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bow. Okay, and do it one more time on the other side, so on the left side. I'm gonna turn towards the front of my mat so you can see me. Okay, so take your hands outside of your feet, bend your knees, your palms together, and bring your left elbow towards the outside, your right elbow towards the outside of your left knee. And twist. Sit a little bit deeper if you can. And release. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, bow. Okay. Okay, from here, stand in the middle of your mat. You can take a sip of water anytime. You can take a break at any time. Just do what your body needs. So, press your left leg firmly on the mat. Bring your right leg up. If you can bring your right leg so it's above your left knee, or if you can't do that, you can bring it so it's like right here. Whatever you feel comfortable, but just don't put it on the outside of your kneecap. That can cause injuries, so don't do that. So bend your right leg, bring it up, and place it. And if you fall, it's okay. I fall all the time still. Place it so it's the inside of your left thigh. Press it firmly, bring your torso straight. You can bring your palms together and stay here, or you can go all the way up. Like a tree, this is Vrikshasana, tree pose. Slightly lift your chin. Take a few breaths. Hug your navel in and breathe. Make sure this hip is not moving forward, this leg, your right leg, push it back so that's straight aligned. And release your hands and your right leg. Now other side. Press your right foot on the mat. Bend your left knee and bring your left foot so that it's either here or here. So the inside of your right thigh. Bring your hands together. You can stay here, or if you want more of a challenge, lift your hands up towards the sky. Make sure that torso is facing straight. That left hip is pushed back. Slightly lift your chin and breathe. Okay, release. Loosen your hands and your leg. Okay. Let's go to the top of our mat. We're gonna do just one flow, and then we're gonna do some like little mini back bends. So reach up towards the sky and bow. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bow, Uttanasana. Hands on your mat, step your feet back. Shift forward, Chaturanga, and go down to upper facing dog or cobra. Okay, from here, spread your knees as wide as your mat. Take your big toes, place them together. Hug your navel in, push your hips back on top of your legs. This is child's pose. We're gonna just take a couple breaths because we did a lot of poses. Take a couple breaths for a moment. Place your forehead on the mat. Your palm should be out in front of you. And just breathe. Inhale and exhale. Okay, from here, lift your head up. And bring your body so that your stomach is on the mat. Okay, press the tops of your toes firmly on the mat. So I'm going to do locust pose, Shalabhasana. So you can take your palms and put them at the base of your rib cage, right? This is the first variation of this pose. So this is a little bit easier. And you could do this. So you squeeze your shoulder blades together and you're going to lift your head and your chest up. Or if you want more of a challenge, you're going to place the palms of your hands on the mat. And then inhale, you're going to lift your hands up as well as your feet, like this. I'm just showing you first, and then we can do it together. Okay, so whatever you feel more comfortable, I'm going to do this, my palms on the mat. And in one inhale, I'm going to lift my head, my chest, my arms, and my leg. Okay, inhale, lift. As you do that, squeeze your shoulder blades towards one another, push your feet back. Breathe, try to lift up a little bit more, and exhale. Place your hands on the mat, and then place your right cheek on top of your hands. Breathe. We're going to do that one more time. Okay. So your palms on the mat, and in one inhale, same thing. Head, chest, legs, arms, shoulder blades, pull them in towards one another. Breathe. So good for your back. And release. Now, place your other cheek on top of your hands. Okay. Now, come up to your knees. Make sure your knees are underneath your hips. Press the tops of your feet down. We're going to do camel pose. So you don't have to go all the way down. You could just stay, I'll show you, in a position like this. Okay. This is really good for your spine. If you have any spine issues or neck issues, don't go all the way down just yet. Let's work towards that. Okay, so from here, you want to squeeze your shoulder blades towards one another, hug your spine, your belly, your navel in towards your spine, and slowly, if you can, you're going to go back. But if you can't, stay right here and kind of push your hips forward and push your shoulders back and squeeze your shoulder blades towards one another. That will create some strength. If you can go further, take your hands and place them on your heels. Your neck should be back. This is so good for your thyroid glands. And your hips, it's also a hip opener. Try not to put too much weight onto your heels. Breathe. And release by taking your hands, placing them on your back, and slowly come up. That's Ustrasana, camel pose. I love that pose. Okay, from here, we're gonna go seated. And we're going to go on our backs. Place your feet so that they're underneath your knees. We're going to do bridge pose, so Setu Bandhasana. And press your feet firmly on the mat. Place your palms on the mat. And in one inhale, you're going to lift your hips up towards the sky. While keeping those feet firmly on the mat. Try to bring your chest towards your chin, but keeping your chin straight up towards the sky. Lift those hips up a little bit more. Now, if you can, take your palms, interlace them, put them underneath your hips. Squeeze your legs energetically towards one another, and breathe. And release your palms and your bottom. Great. From here, we're going to do a little bit of a hip opener. So press your right foot firmly on the mat, take your left leg, and cross it over your right leg, your right knee. Now lift your right leg. And take your hands and interlace them so that they're around the right thigh. Take your elbow and push your left hip back. And at the same time, you're gonna bring your right leg towards your face. This is such a good stretch for your hips. This is thread the needle. Make sure you keep that right foot active, so flex your right foot and keep pushing a little bit closer towards your face while pushing that left leg back. And release. Okay? Switch. Take your right leg, cross it over your left, bring your left foot up, interlace your hands behind your left thigh, flex your left foot, push your right knee away from your face while bringing your left foot towards your face. This is opposition. And breathe. And release your left foot and your right foot. And you're gonna rock and roll up towards the front of your mat. Okay, from here, we're gonna stay seated. Bring our feet in front of us, Dandasana. Bring your right palms on the side of your hips. Squeeze your shoulder blades towards one another. Hug your navel in, flex your feet. From here, lift your hands up and bow forward towards your feet. If you can't, that's okay. If you're here, your knees, that's okay. Ankles, wherever you feel a stretch. And release. Take your right foot, place it on your inner left thigh. Flex your left foot. Bring your arms up and reach towards that left foot. Make sure you're breathing. And release. Other side. Right foot forward, left foot leg bends, press it against your inner right thigh, arms up and back. And release. Now take your legs, your feet, and press them firmly against each other. From here, straighten your back, take your hands, place them in front of you, and slowly come down wherever you feel comfortable. And release. And now we're going to just go to Shavasana, my favorite pose. So I like to stay here for a few minutes because I think it's really important. So come and lay on your backs. Keep your feet as wide as the mat, as well as your hands. Place your palms up towards the sky. Close your eyes. Soften your jaw and inhale and exhale deeply. Let go of any bad thoughts or your to-do list today, and just try to be in the moment and focus on your breathing. Okay, now slightly open up your eyes. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Bring your knees up towards your chest and roll towards the right side. And come up to seated Sukhasana. Thank you guys for joining me today. I really appreciate it. I hope that you guys leave with this class with some energy or a peace of mind or strength or whatever it is. Put your hands to your heart. Namaste. You're welcome. You're welcome.